Happy holidays. I'm Dana Denta, and you're watching FYI. As we bid 2019 a farewell, let's take a look back at some of the stories covered on FYI throughout the year in the second installment of the Year in Review. The Ann Arbor Farmers Market is a community staple. It's a place to buy fresh local food and merchandise, but it's also the place to talk with your farmer and learn about their growing process. Watch as this institution celebrates a big milestone.
Today is Ann Arbor Farmers Market 100th birthday.
We're one of the oldest farmers market in the country.
We have over 130 individual businesses. All of them grow or make their own things and come here to sell. So we have a great diversity of local food, fresh.
This was a good market because you have to make and create everything you sell here. You have to grow or produce or make from scratch.
The market added some extras to celebrate its centennial anniversary.
The Ann Arbor Symphony Orchestra is here with their instrument petting zoo, which is actually a chance for kids to come and try different instruments. We are doing a guest chef cooking demo, and you can take home a recipe and try them out. All of the food is from our vendors.
I would just like to wish Ann Arbor 100th birthday, happy birthday. And I plan on being here for, well, I don't know about the next 100, but for a while.
The Ann Arbor Farmers Market is the place to buy fresh local food, but that can be made even easier by taking advantage of a CSA.
Today we actually have our CSA Day, which stands for Community Supported Agriculture. So all of our farms that offer CSAs are here today signing up members. A CSA is a membership basically to a farm. So the customer signs up at the beginning of the season, they pay up front, and each week they get a box of produce from that farmer.
We're offering a lake whitefish package, white perch package, and lake trout package. And there's various options as far as the amount you get and the frequency.
We have a very unique CSA. It's a fruit CSA. Where most CSAs are vegetables, ours is primarily fruit, maybe 90% fruit and 10% vegetables. Our CSA is a 20-week program that runs from the first week of June.
Joining a CSA has advantages for the farmer and consumer.
With the CSAs, you know directly where it comes from, because we don't buy anything. It's all grown or raised there on our own property. So we have full control of what happens with the food as it's grown.
We're keeping our dollars locally. We're buying our food from local producers, and the more business I think we can do within our own community, it just benefits all segments of our community, not just the consumer and the farmer, but win-win for everybody.
It makes you explore, it pushes your boundaries a little bit, and so you are eating seasonally, you're trying things you might not ever have tried before, and you might really discover something you love.
The Sunday Artisan Market, established in 1991.
It is a place where they could find artwork that is unique and beautiful and well-crafted items. And it's a beautiful place to be on a Sunday afternoon.
It's a lot of artisans like myself that have products that they love and make, and this is where we offer them for sale.
With about 50 vendors, the Artisan Market boasts a wide array of merchandise.
I sell aprons. Aprons that you can wear outside the kitchen. You can wear it in the kitchen, but you can also forget you have it on and wear it outside the kitchen too. To the movies, to the park, serving food, to school. You can pretty much keep it on and wear it for the day.
I have a Michigan group of candles that are all themed after the state of Michigan or a place in it. For instance, Sleeping Bear Dunes has a candle, which is a balsam and fir for the forest out there. So, Mackinac Island, what do you think it smells like? Any idea?
Fish.
Close. Chocolate fudge.
I'm here showcasing some of my photography work. I like to travel, so most of my stuff that you're seeing here is from travels. All of the horse photography I did while living on a working ranch in southern Wyoming.
There's a lot of things that they can get here that they can't get anywhere else, because the artisan their work, their craftsmanship is unique to Michigan.
It's well documented that animals have a healing power. They make you feel safe, loved, and needed. There's a place right here using the healing energy of horses. Therapeutic riding is a safe place for people living with disabilities and physical challenges to gain strength and skills with the help of some well-trained horses.
Horseback riding is a great equalizer. It's a sport that everybody can participate in to whatever level you'd like, and that's what this organization is all about, providing access to that really incredible sport of horseback riding.
Stretch that leg. My son, Robert Graham, has been a part of therapeutic riding for about 17 years now. And because of the wonderful things that therapeutic riding offers, he is able to ride independently and do dressage patterns.
If you think of somebody with a disability who may have one side that's a little weaker or may have some coordination or balance issues, getting on the horse and simply experiencing that rhythmic movement helps fire up all of those same neurons and muscles that you would if you were going out and riding. So it provides an incredible opportunity for them to work on both sides of their bodies, skill building in all types of ways, communication skills, confidence, balance and core strength.
It gives him the opportunity to do something that he loves and to continue to grow and learn within that. The staff is incredibly supportive, and all of this happens in a supportive, safe, wonderful environment. You've made lots of friends here, haven't you?
Yes, I do.
Lots of friends.
Yes, that's events.
Yeah.
Communicating with a 1,200-pound animal takes a lot of skill. So they learn to build those skills, and it's phenomenal. It's incredible.
Okay, do that 5 more times.
Therapeutic Riding is a nonprofit that relies on the dedication of over 200 volunteers.
Boots, Brews, and Barbecue. It's Therapeutic Riding's annual festive gala fundraising event. It's based on fun, dance, games, learning barn science, meeting the horses, meeting some of our riders, interacting with our volunteers, and having an opportunity to see some of the new programs that are coming down the road.
We currently have 13 horses that are used in our program. And in speaking with our trainers and our different horse staff, what makes them really special is the fact that it's their disposition. A lot of these horses have worked in various atmospheres before, but it takes a special horse that's going to be calm, and it's going to be a nice strong presence that a rider can work with.
The horses even showed off their artistry by creating works for the silent auction.
They used carrots and carrot tops for paint brushes. They baited the horses onto the canvases with things like peppermints. They allowed the horses to help select the paint colors. And interestingly enough, some of the horses really enjoyed it.
So it's really a great opportunity for people to support folks with their growth, folks with just happiness overall.
It's cognitive, it's emotional, it's physical. They gain strength, they gain maturity. They have opportunities to interact. They create a support group for themselves, and the growth over time is amazing and heartwarming.
The Humane Society of Huron Valley, or HSHV, fosters a love for animals at a young age, creating lifelong bonds. Take a look as they introduce our youngest residents to some of the shelter's finest.
Hi!
Reading, crafts, and furry friends are all on the itinerary at HSHV every Thursday at 10:30 a.m.
The Little Paws Storytime is a 60-minute program where families or a caregiver can bring one of their children ages 2 to 5, and they come and participate in stories that relate to animal themes as well as sensory items and lots of animal interaction here at the shelter.
The little ones enjoy some animal-themed activities before getting up close and personal with the adoptable pets.
One thing we always include is an animal interaction, and this is usually a dog that's within our shelter. And we bring the dog in to really let the kids engage with an animal here, but also to help them learn a little bit about how to safely approach and handle animals. We also have sensory activities, so we have things, such as Play-Doh or just a lot of tactile, hands-on activities that the kids can engage in, but are also animal-related and fun. We take a tour through the shelter so the families are able to come and see some of our cats as well too, and just learn more about what we do here. Starting at a very young age with animals can really help build empathy and teach empathy, which will later encourage them to be empathetic towards humans and animals, and which is good for everybody in the world.
The joy of welcoming a cat into your home is unlike any other. They snuggle, swat, meow, and need plenty of space to call their own. The Ann Arbor District Library knows just what the cat dragged in as they host an event dedicated to our feline friends. Cat lovers of all breeds became the architect of their very own cat castles.
Today we're building homes.
This is an event where people can come and just make a wonderful structure for their cat.
The library provides the supplies, and you supply the imagination.
Obviously, cardboard boxes. That's kind of the first step. Why? Because cats love cardboard. They just do. I don't know why. They just love cardboard. We've got duct tape, we've got paint and markers and felt.
This is the Tower of the Mao. I derived the name from Game of Thrones' Tower of the Hand. This is now her castle in which she will plan all of her devastating schemes.
Think like your cat. So it's really like, you want to think about it, right? Cats they like kind of small closed in places, and think about how your cat plays. So like when I make something like this for my cat, I like cutting a hole, like a small hole in it, or cutting a corner off, because that's where they get the most interested in.
I wanted to give my cat something to run and pounce and jump all over.
The cold chill of winter can be brutal and seemingly never-ending. And although you may be feeling the blues, the winter offers opportunities no other season provides. Watch. For the 4th year in a row, Washtenaw County Parks and Rec has been hosting the Ice Carving Festival, where teams throughout southeast Michigan compete.
We have 3 teams from Macomb Community College. We have a team from Washtenaw Community College and University of Michigan.
For this competition, there were no regulations. We got to carve whatever we wanted.
Ice was flying as the competition got underway.
We had 1 block per person, so my team of 2, we got 2 blocks of ice, so that's how we were able to create a dragon with wings.
They're carving 2 sculptures. One is a camera, just like here, and then another one's a gecko.
There are chainsaws, blowtorches. It looks like there's also just some household items like irons and anything that heats up and creates some type of heat so they can melt pieces of ice, it seems that they're using.
You get to watch it happen right in front of you, and although it disappears within a few hours under the sun, it's still so much fun to do and to watch. It's hopefully going to be a passion for the rest of my life, because it's got to be the most fun I've ever had.
Rolling Hills County Park is home to some majestic nature areas, but there's also an elusive creature that has inhabited the local wildlife.
Eddie the Yeti, he's a little rambunctious. He likes to get out and cause a little trouble around the park. He loves to do activities in the snow or in the summertime. He likes to ski, snowboard, climb trees, and lots of other activities he can do here at Rolling Hills County Park. Eddie and his family have been living out here for years, and we thought we'd let people know, give them the opportunity to come out and see if they can find him.
Catching a glimpse of Eddie is no simple task.
Today we came out to do the scavenger hunt, the hunt for the Yeti. It's an outdoor scavenger hunt, and they have prizes inside and hot chocolate and cookies and clues hidden all around the park.
You start out with a map that will show you where to go around the trails. We have clues lining the trail so you don't get lost, and then you have to hike throughout the park to the different locations to find Eddie the Yeti and his family.
Even though it's a little bit cold, it's still nice to be outside. It gives the kids a fun activity to do. It keeps them engaged. and it's really nice to enjoy the parks here.
The Ann Arbor District Library's downtown branch has a secret lab full of surprises, as you can create any number of crafts. See what was on the agenda with yarn, sewing needles, and some adorable sea creatures.
Local crafter Drew Hill brings crocheting to the next level as students create jellyfish using a Japanese technique.
I come in and I show how to make these crochet stuffed animals, or amigurumi, which is the Japanese term for it. It just means crocheted stuffed animal. I've been making these for about 5 years now, and so I come in and the library provides all the supplies, everything you need to make them, and yeah, it's free. The difference between normal crochet and amigurumi is that it's crocheted in a spiral. So you're sort of just making geometric shapes and putting them together to make animals.
The workshop taught a variety of crochet stitches.
The jellyfish has a lot of different techniques involved. There's just a single crochet with increases and decreases to make the shape of the body. Then it's got this little skirt here which sort of gives a ruffle. And the tendrils are different stitches that are made to spiral like that. And then there's I-cords, which is another technique of crocheting. And so I think it's really a good sample of a bunch of different techniques that you can later use on different projects.
The downtown library worked in conjunction with the Michigan Taiwanese American organization to bring an ancient art form back to life in the U.S.
Taiwanese culture is taking over the area as people experience puppetry that is deep-rooted in China's history.
A well-renowned troupe that actually supply these puppets for us, particularly from Taiwan, the Formosa. And with the puppets that, is so traditional in Taiwan, nowadays most of the Asians don't even recognize that.
This puppet is going to bring up a lot of the childhood memory from parents or their grandparents and then to their kids.
Library patrons painted a colorful array of Taiwanese puppets to create their one-of-a-kind story.
I'm making like a tree and I'm going to put like blossoms on it.
If they painted certain caricatures, and we would love them to learn about it, like bring it home today, maybe go Google it and find out, or come back to the district library and learn about particular character and how the glove puppets and its histories, and overall in the world.
As part of the continuing Taiwan Cultural Festival, puppets took center stage to share the tale of Wusong.
It's a Taiwanese puppet show.
If you're coming here, you are coming here for a treat. We are going to have one of the best performer group from Taiwan, Yiwan Ran, Glove Puppet Theater, coming to play Wusong Fights a Tiger.
The show follows Wusong as he refuses the warnings of fellow travelers.
Wusong Fights a Tiger is based upon a story where Wusong, a gentleman, he sat down and started eating the food. And of course, when guys eat, you gotta have a little drink, right? So he kept drinking and eating a lot of food, and after all, he's really halfway drunk. And unfortunately, he just went through this alley and happened to pass these Jinyang Hills, where we see a lot of people that come to him and say, oh, don't go there because there's a huge tiger. When tiger shows up, and he and the tiger having a great time fighting each other.
It amazes me how believable it is when you see a puppet on stage and you hear a voice, and you just believe that the puppet is talking. It's a strange thing that happens. It's one of those magical things about theater, I think.
Public art attracts the eyes, makes people think and react, and now the Ann Arbor Art Center is trying to make the city an art destination. Gaze at the latest sight to see on Liberty Street.
The Cupcake Station is now a treat for the eyes as a mural by Jesse Castle stands tall on the building's facade.
This project came to be through the Ann Arbor Art Center, working with local developer Ed Shafran on producing a mural on this property.
When he looked at Jesse's work, right away he connected with it. He liked the color, he liked the way the compositions that Jesse put together. So we let him drive that. He said, I would really like to interpret what people maybe 50 years ago would have seen and loved about Ann Arbor. What would that look like in a contemporary format today? So that was the conversation he and Jesse had. So that's what this is.
From what I gathered, that this is the old Pretzel Bell building, so that is, you know, a big statement right in front with the pretzel and the bell. There's also a lot of elements like the waves and the kayak here are references to the rivers and, you know, outdoor activities. A bunch of different elements. Some of it is just sort of like abstract, just to help the composition.
It's fun when you can really look at something for a long time and keep seeing something new. And then you talk to people about it and everybody interprets what they see differently. So it's a great conversation starter, and it's super lively and gets people to look at it from this side of town.
There's a pastime that is taking Washtenaw County by storm, as you'll see new courts popping up around parks all over the area. Watch as people have found a new use for a ball and a racket.
Pickleball may be a term many of us have never heard, but the sport originated more than 50 years ago.
Pickleball, it's a fantastically fun sport. It's sort of a combination of tennis and ping pong.
Some aspects of the game may seem similar to tennis, but the differences are making this pastime grow in popularity.
It's just a drop-in thing. There's no rules on who can or can't come. If players show up who we don't even know, we rotate them in. And that just means you get to play with everybody, and you know, nobody dominates everything, and everybody gets a chance to meet up with other people.
Pickleball is typically played in doubles.
Having these facilities like here or like Leslie Park in Ann Arbor, it's a beautiful place to spend your morning. You're with a bunch of friends, you're doing something that's competitive but not so competitive that it's a big problem if you lose a game. Oh, she keeps hitting the tape. It's a lot of fun. Come out and try it out, and you'll meet lots of interesting people, and hopefully you'll be hooked for life.
For more on this and other programs, visit a2gov.org/CTN. Visit youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor to see all that we have to offer. And remember to like, comment, and share. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time to FYI.